my name is Caitlin, and welcome to today's broadcast of the E101 show. On today's show, we will be interviewing 4 people from the Mechanical Music Maker FEDDstive project.
I'm Sarah Savariar. I'm Alexis Fulgaropoulos. I'm Christine Nienhuis. And we are the FEDDstive group.
So you guys made the mechanical music box, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see it. Thanks guys for coming in, and I'll talk to each of you individually a little later on. Up next, we have interviews with individual members of this group. So the first question I have is, when did you guys first start your design process?
Well,
We first began our design process soon after the project was assigned. Going to the library, we wrote on the whiteboards and brainstormed ideas and preliminary design plans. Meeting again at Lee, we further developed our design plans, bouncing ideas off of each other and making preliminary blueprints. Finally, we used an online design software and digitally created our blueprints.
Thank you, Christine. It was great to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Have
too.
a great day. Next, we have Sarah Savariar. So my question for you is, what did your group's design cycle look like?
well,
After we finalized the designs, we went to the craft center to start working. First, we tried to create a basic idea of how our hinge machine would work. We decided the first order with business was to create a functioning mallet, so we made a prototype. We combined a larger piece of slender with a smaller piece of wood, and then combined the two using a small nail. Finally, we made sure that it could make a clear noise on the glockenspiel. Next, we made the hinge prototype for the mallet. We used this to determine the height needed to produce the best sound. Once we finalized this prototype, we built a larger hinge for more mallets. After attaching a rack as a base, we built the larger hinge mechanism by drilling holes at the calculated height and inserting a long rod in between the wood. After we made sure it worked and finalized the calculations, we constructed more mallets. To ensure that the mallets wouldn't wiggle around, we added rubber bands and wood blocks in between each mallet. Next, we made the wheel. For the wheel, we decided to use a cylindrical trash can. Using wood for supports and a metal rod, we were able to make a functioning wheel. To finish the wheel, we attached 2 small wooden handles. After we measured the height we wanted the wheel at, we made a rack for the wheel and glued it to the base. Finally, we moved on to our final phase, the notes. First, using a marker and copious amounts of tape, we marked where each note for our song Happy Birthday would be. Once we had the markings, we attached our pegs, which were Q-tips, to the wheel using hot glue. After a couple of minor adjustments to make sure the pegs hit the mallets properly, the project was complete.
Thank you, Sarah. It was great to meet you.
thanks.
Up next is Alexis Fulgaropoulos. So my question for you is, what design cycle challenges did you face, and how did you fix them?
Interesting question. Well,
The first design challenge came with constructing the mallet. Initially, we drilled in the center of the mallet. However, we found that it was too top-heavy. So instead, we drilled a little bit above the center of mass and found that it was weighted downward perfectly. The second design challenge we faced was uneven mallets. 2 of the mallets were still a bit top-heavy. So to solve that problem, we changed the design of the mallet head by shaving the weight off the top. The last design challenge we faced was with the pegs. Initially, we had planned for the wheel to rotate counterclockwise. However, the pegs would not hit the mallets consistently. To solve this, we had to rotate the wheel the other way and change the mallet position so that they would be top-heavy. Additionally, we found that our initial song, Jingle Bells, had too many notes, so we switched to a simpler song, Happy Birthday.
Thanks for your insight, Alexis. It was great having you on the show. The last person we're interviewing is Yulin Zhang. All right, so the big question everybody wants answered is, how did you guys do at FED?
The Freshman Engineering Design Day was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see all the different projects. At FED, we had many people visit our projects, including Haley Quinn herself. Although we didn't win anything, it was a great experience. Most importantly, we had fun.
Thanks so much, Yulin. Let's invite the whole group out to answer our final questions. Come on out, y'all. What would you do differently if you had to redo this project?
Well, one group member who couldn't come today, Caitlin and I, were discussing this, and we both thought we needed to start building earlier. Although we had the blueprints and design plans, we didn't actually start building until we were in sort of a time crunch and we couldn't get it done as timely as we would have liked.
In addition, we should have had a more concrete plan before going into building, so that way we were prepared.
I think we should not purchase materials until we have a complete plan.
Purchasing materials? Did you purchase too many materials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we should have had a little bit more options on the songs because the song we chose in the beginning didn't work on our machine. So just having a couple more backup options in case it didn't work.
So our last question is, what advice would you give freshmen next year that are doing the same project?
Well, as Caitlin and I were discussing earlier, start early.
And don't be afraid of failure. Be open to design changes.
And just have fun.
Sounds like a fun project. Thank you guys for coming out. I greatly appreciate it.